He lost himself around.
Of course he did.
But now he's found. He was blind, but now he can see.
No, he saw us.
He did see us. Oh, Kale, are we going? Are we live?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, good.
What is everybody? Welcome to the NBA show.
Let's go.
Live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota store. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Nuggets practice today, and they're slowly assembling. But our top story, DNVR is assembling.
Yeah, dude.
D-Line goes back.
That's right, dude. That's right.
You guys could have
That's right.
me.
We're
It
back.
sounded more like
Vibes are back. Nuggets are Nuggets. I don't know if they're back.
They're playing tomorrow.
Yeah, they're playing, baby. Let's go.
It was so good. In the group chat yesterday, Eric said, I'm going to come back and the Nuggets are going to win. I'm going to take full credit.
Yeah, full sole responsibility.
Sole responsibility. Like, so predictable.
Little do you know that's exactly what we said on the show
That I would
last
do.
night.
And little did he
Or
know.
2 nights ago.
Not tuning into the show, we learned. Over here, we got Brendan Vogt.
Somehow in the chat, but not tuning into the show.
He has it on mute.
Somehow you're in every chat, but don't take in anything we said on the
in
show.
the chat, but it's on mute.
He's just a segment one guy. He's a segment one guy. That's all. Good to be back. Good to have D-Line back. Good to be back at practice. And hopefully it'll be good to have some Nuggets back soon. We'll get into all that in a bit here.
I love the sun comes out for a little bit. We go straight Tom Cruise. We're back, baby. We got
I know. I did.
Even the sunglasses.
I did. I can't tell you how happy I am to see the Hawaiian shirt return.
And it's new, and like obviously I've been like dressing up like a jerk. And Val's looking at me today, like, "What's going on here, man?"
Really?
You know
I'm
what
a little
I mean?
disappointed.
He's just like up and down in the shirt, like, really?
You got to tell him I have range, man.
Yeah, dude.
I already introduced
out.
Eric. Harrison Wins here.
Oh, what's up, guys? I'm happy D-Line is back too. That's what I think we and the Nuggets both need, more D-Line in our lives.
We just need vibe, man.
I know, our vibe has been off.
We need someone who says, analytics are for nerds.
Well, they are.
Somebody.
Well, we had that today, actually. We actually got that in our practice notes. Little do you know.
Somebody will, look at a big losing streak and just say that you're a loser if you buy into it. That kind of stuff.
Well, the funny thing is, the irony is, yes, Eric, I think can get some momentum here. You help elevate the vibes. But the truth is, we know, because we've been talking to you, it's good you missed the stretch.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think you would have been picking up the vibes.
No.
I mean, if
If you were here, you probably wouldn't be on the post-game shows anyway.
Oh,
that's true. He would have been like, I'm going home. I'm not doing this.
The wet limp cigarette.
Right, where is that thing?
Just like 6 cigarettes by the end of it.
Just it was bad. No, it was. It's been bad. I'll acknowledge that it's been bad.
Is it worse watching it at 3 a.m.?
No, because it's funny because when I go to Serbia, I've talked about this before. I stay on Denver time, so basically I don't see the sun for the entire time that I'm there. I literally saw the sun 2 days, and
I'm sure Christina loves that.
She kind of does, honestly. Like I'm just asleep the whole time, and then I wake up, and then she just gives me a breakfast in bed, and then I sleep for 15 hours.
Wow.
Like I literally just went on sleepcation. It was,
Yeah, dude, a sleepcation sounds great.
dude,
I
I'm
want a
telling you, look at this smile on my
You
face.
seem
What was I trying to say?
Great.
Yeah.
It's crazy you have to fly so far away to sleep.
It's worth it.
I know.
It's worth it.
works for
It's worth it. I'm telling you.
I wanted to sleep in so bad this morning. My eyes were killing me. But take us through. We've given our takes here, so you've been watching as well. What is it? How do you diagnose the situation?
All right, here's what I feel like is happening. Jokic is depressed.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why he's depressed. I'm telling you, like, Jokic is not dressing up for games anymore. He's showing up. Again, I said, like, he looks like me in the airport.
Yeah.
Just a sloppy sweatsuit. He's letting his hair grow out. Christina thinks perhaps his at home, he's not, like, Natalia's not able to take care of him the way that she normally does. Dress him, lay his clothes
Kale,
out.
conspiracy corner.
Yeah, this is.
Can we go to conspiracy
listen,
corner?
This is not substantiated by anything, but I'm listening to a Serbian woman give her thoughts
Yeah.
on the situation.
Okay.
And
Unsubstantiated, but
nothing substantiated.
Yeah,
Like
but-
no part of this is substantiated.
Right.
But he just seems like he's just not in the place that he normally is. We're getting BJ energy AJ.
You just to clarify,
That's a good point.
You know what
for
I mean?
those who aren't familiar.
Well, if you're not familiar, don't worry about it.
yeah, just try to catch up.
Just don't worry about it. And I don't really like. There's just a heaviness with the Denver Nuggets right now that I don't understand why there is. Obviously, they're feeling the weight of being disappointing in the clutch and all of the scuttlebutt that's going around the league. People are now, after that Oklahoma City game, there's like so much whataboutism going on where somehow not only is Lou Dort not dirty, but Jokic is actually the dirty
Yeah.
one. Like, look at all of these things that happen, and there's all this. So, and then everybody hates Cam now because he missed a shot. There's just a lot of heaviness that I feel like is going to be lifted with the advent or with the reintroduction of AG and hopefully P-Watt here really soon. But it's just, I feel like it's artificial. We're in an artificially low place right now.
It is what you're describing here. It does kind of mirror real life when you're in a rut or something in life and everything feels big and you be talking to your friend and you're like, I don't know, man, blah, blah. And they're like, you're complaining about the littlest things. It's
Yes.
like, that feels bad to you right now, but I promise you it's okay.
We're in a real forest for the trees situation here with the Denver Nuggets. And it does feel very heavy, like they've lost their way or like they don't know what to do anymore and they're uninspired on defense and they can't figure out what to do when the moment is big. But two of their best players are still missing. Two of their best defensive players are still missing, and all of their shortcomings this year are defensive. Truly, I mean, that really is what it is. They still have a
Clutch
an
offense too, I would say. Clutch
sure,
offense,
but they're in clutch situations because of the fact that they're not able to get out ahead. Like, how many games have we seen them rush out to a huge lead, and then it's the script from last year where the bench comes in and just gives up an unbelievable amount of
lately
points.
we're in that. That's
Yes,
where we are.
and so then at the end of it, it's closer than it should be, and they're, whatever's happening is happening. But I'm just, I'm ready for AG to come back. I'm ready for the defense to get a little bit better. I'm ready
You know
for
who
the
else is
vibes
ready
to
for
return.
AG to come back?
Yeah, AG.
AG, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right.
That was great. That was 2 weeks of pent up podcast thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like you talked yourself into this though. 'Cause I
Yeah.
feel like this
Here,
is
we're
not.
back.
I'm a little surprised. Are you guys a little surprised based on what we've been seeing?
Got some great sleep.
I'm telling you, I was just about to say, you don't know what
This
sleeping
is
this
you
amount will
on
do.
good sleep?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Dude, you should work
Do you
on
think
it.
you
that-
should sleep
Try to
more.
build
Do you
this
think
into
that you
your
guys would
routine.
have had me become part of this if the attitude I've been carrying around at work was the attitude I met you with? This is the guy you met.
Yeah,
is
this is so true, man. This is great. Dline's back.
That's why we wanted to work.
yes. Oh, you're like, I want another bummer on the show. That
We're gonna start every time. We're just gonna
you're
be
like, go to bed.
yeah,
dude.
go take a nap, man.
Right,
like,
yeah.
please.
Let's set up a nap corner.
Yeah, Wind, you weren't on the show yesterday, but just kind of digesting where they're at. Obviously, that last game was among the most frustrating wins of all time, but it was a win. So, how do you feel now that they got a little bit of practice in, a little bit of rest in? What are you kind of expecting?
Well, the last time they had a real practice before a game was before the Celtics game.
Yeah, I
And
agree. Yep.
they came out and played
good point.
their best defensive game of the season.
And it was like they executed a game plan.
Yeah. So they don't have many practices. They had one today. So I'm at this current point, I'm hopeful looking ahead to tomorrow that they're going to be locked in just because they had the practice. Like maybe that's the biggest reason.
Well, one of the things I was hopeful for and actually expected was that Aaron Gordon would be back tomorrow. But the report from Sam Amick is that is not the case. He is instead targeting a return for Friday's game against the Knicks, which feels so weird to me.
Like, what's the difference?
Well, the difference is the Lakers are in the West. The
Right.
Knicks are in the East. I mean, the Lakers game feels more important.
Lakers are also an easier team to come back against, I feel like. Yeah, you have LeBron, but in the front court, they've got
Luka.
like nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Knicks, man, they are
They're a more physical team.
so physical. They play
Yeah.
so hard. That is a tough game.
It's a very tough game. Absolutely. I think logically I'm with you. Just if you could pick one of those games, you would think tomorrow. And then so you go, is it just a matter of he needs those extra 24 hours? Maybe, by the way. I mean, far be it from me to really know how this stuff works. But yes, in an ideal world, you would think the Lakers game he'd be back.
By the way, because I'm just trying to stall here because we're going to go through our practice notes in segments 2 and 3. There's a lot from practice. Did you guys happen to catch out NBC's throwback broadcast last night?
No.
Did
I
nobody
saw
see
a
this?
little of it.
Nobody saw it? Yeah, they brought all the old 90s, like
The
the graphics, the intros, everything, even the guys. And it was super cool, man. It is funny how you can be nostalgic for just that type of presentation,
Yes.
but it was genuine. How much of it is nostalgia? How much do you think it's actually better presentation?
Well, there is, it harkens back to a time where the NBA wasn't so like TikTokified.
yeah, you're right.
It's like, it feels grown up.
Yeah.
And it has like some prestige to it. It like is, even though
Dude, this is such a great toy. Let me interject here. It is true that thinking back to when you were a kid, it did feel like when you watched sports, you were watching your dad's
Yes.
sports. And right now it does feel like you're watching your kids' sports. You know, like,
exactly.
that's a great point.
I've been saying this for a long time is that the NBA is so locked in on getting the next generation because they feel like they've lost the older generation to the NFL.
Yeah.
That they're so locked in on the young kids that they've like lost themselves in it. And yet, yes, that's the thing is like national level entertainment at large was not made for kids back in the day. In the back in the day, it was like, shut up. The adults are watching.
Right.
I'll teach you all about Michael Jordan, son. And now it's like, oh, job, bob. And like
Just flapping a doink?
yeah, you talk right, yeah. There's right. Hezzy hang pulls, and you're like,
So old.
Oh, man, he zooted the flip?
but it's
We might have to retire.
I'm just saying, man. That's why that
That
feels.
is, you're right.
The other funny thing,
Uh-oh, here comes the Grizzlies.
Dline's favorite. Crazy how that was their undoing, by the way.
And also David Roddy had to do that. Now he's whatever. The point being, though,
that traumatized you because your guy had to be shamed.
yes,
Like he was being hazed at a fraternity or something.
yes,
Do the
dude.
dance with us.
It was embarrassing. But the one thing that I don't miss from that era is you would turn on a broadcast and you'd be like, well, okay, we can't leave until they show the score. Like the score was not always visible. It would come up every like 5 minutes. You're like, what the hell's the score? We like couldn't.
It's like people in the watch along chat.
Yes, scoreboard.
Kale, what's the score? Kale, what's the score?
That's hilarious, man. It's cool though. I like these throwback broadcasts. I actually think, I really do believe this, that all the broadcasts are kind of making them compete with each other, which is kind of neat.
sure.
You know, I know ESPN feels a little annoyed with how much love of their broadcasts get, and I think
Good.
100%. And I think they like, because I just have heard some things about them even being like, people just want to hate ESPN now and like the new shiny thing, and it's like, well, now you
kinda,
have to, it is, you earned that, and now you have to extra earn it out.
I mean, I'll tell you from my unique perspective, we're always trying to figure out what our presentation looks like across the network and what we do and what we don't do. And the first thing I always say is like, don't look at what all the people that are currently are doing because they ruined sports. Like we're not trying to recreate something that failed.
Yeah.
You know, so
What if we put a couch on the set?
yeah, we put a couch on the set. I thought about that actually. Like I thought for a minute, like it would actually be cool if we had a couch. I
So
thought
I'm saying all the new shows have couches.
I know. But I like that. No, but that's them now looking at us and trying to.
That's the joke
That's what I was
Harrison's
getting
making,
at.
yeah.
Gotcha. But point being is that yes, it's sort of like government work beforehand. Like the post office is never incentivized to make the service better until UPS comes along. They're like, all right, we're delivering on Sunday. God damn it, fine, whatever. And where you have to have like a little bit of the private sector in. Same thing with ESPN. They had a monopoly on the entire presentation for so many years that now that there are other people encroaching on and bringing in things that they never would have done that are proving to be successful, they have to take stock of what they're doing. So I love that.
Well, let me know what you guys thought of the broadcast. I thought it was cool. But I'm also just nostalgic, man. That NBA on NBC, that really does bring back good memories. Let's take a break. On the other side, lots of news and notes to get to from practice. There's a new nugget, or really I should say a new gold. And there's some updates and comments from David Adelman about the state of the team that I found interesting. We'll talk about them on the other side.
You know that moment, the one when you realize you left your favorite sunglasses maybe on the roof of your car, maybe at a gas station, maybe 3 states away. Well, I have been there too. And that's why I love Shady Rays. I found Shady Rays. It changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive either. Here's the wild part. With Shady Rays, if you lose or break them, even on day one, you buy your Shady Rays, you lose them or break them on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, no questions asked, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses without fear on hikes, at concerts, on a boat, wherever, because I know Shady Rays, they've got my back with the best customer service policy in the business. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. You go to shadyrays.com, scroll their site. Tons of options, colors, shapes, styles. Whatever style sunglass you wear, Shady Rays, they've got you. Go to shadyrays.com, use the code DNVRSR. DNVRSR, you're going to get 40% off. 40% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. You can get that at shadyrays.com right now with the code DNVRSR. 40% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. That's only at Shady Rays. Also, shout out to our friends over at Toyota. We're, of course, live in the Toyota Lounge, and Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Trucks have always been part of Toyota's DNA. They've got awesome cars, SUVs, hybrids to choose from as well. They've actually got, I think, more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. 17 different models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the 4Runner. They've got the Tacoma, they've got the Land Cruiser, 16 different hybrids to choose from. SUVs like the RAV4, like the Grand Highlander. No matter what type of car, no matter what type of driving you do, Toyota, they've definitely got a car for you. Make sure to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson, Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets, and it is the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
Oh,
Alrighty, back here, segment 2, DNVR Nuggets podcast. Throw us a like, hop in the chat, the Toyota chat, if you guys want to play along. The Nuggets had practice today, and it seems like it was an action-packed practice vote.
yeah, a lot went on, including the Nuggets signing someone while we were all there. So shout out David Roddy, who obviously is on his way to join the Denver Nuggets as a two-way signing, and shout out Harrison Wind, who put out there on the timeline that to get this done, the Nuggets waived friend of the show, Tamar Bates. Best of luck to friend of the show, Tamar Bates, going forward. David Roddy headed back to Colorado. That's a small note, though. Let's get into what...
Oh, I kind of want to talk about this note, though, real quick.
Let's do it.
Obviously, he's on a two-way. Maybe he comes in and plays some minutes for him this year. I don't know if I'm expecting that, but I do wonder if this does signal something with him and KJ about next year. I keep thinking about next year because Denver's going to have to find some minimum guys to fill out the back end of the roster. You could do worse than KJ and Roddy.
I think the Nuggets really like Roddy. David Roddy, thinking back to the last regime, Calvin Booth really liked
he loved
David
Roddy.
David Roddy was one of Calvin Booth's guys that he wanted here in Denver. And now, you have a lot of people from that front office still here, of course.
Right.
And now David Roddy comes. So I think the Nuggets are high on him. He'll be in the G League a bunch, maybe a guy for next year that if he plays well, over the summer you think about on a roster spot. But he's a unique player, interesting inside out. He's a big body guy. But I think Denver actually likes him.
Yeah, and he just, I don't know if you saw, like, he is on Team USA currently, and he just lit it up against, it was against like Puerto Rico or something, whatever.
Puerto Rico's beaten Team USA.
But it's like not the A, not the B, maybe the C squad of USA basketball. Point being, he still probably has a little bit of utility. Obviously, as a CSU guy, this is super awesome for me. I love the idea that we got KJ and David Roddy. It's like just for like a little bit of local interest. I think that's like actually a very cool little side story. I don't know what to make of it on the basketball court because again, like he is such a tweener, which is his main issue. But in a team with a team like Aaron Gordon, could he play not the 4 but the 3 at times? Like I don't know. It's at least interesting.
I mean, you have Spencer Jones now, who's a full-time player.
Yes.
You get a Spencer Jones approximate in the two.
Exactly.
It's kind of true. He is, I would say, on the Spencer Jones spectrum.
For sure.
And then, they waived Tamar Bates, who's been out with a broken foot the whole season.
Dude, that's a bummer, man.
So real unfortunate, man. But I mean, they let him rehab with the team and then, now cut him to get a look at somebody else.
I know. I'll never forget shoving my phone in his face while you guys asked him
And
questions.
he humored you.
And he humored.
Dude,
Yeah, he was
great guy, man.
Great guy.
Great dude.
You see him around. We've shown him around a lot, actually, in the locker room.
Yeah.
On those crutches. So, yeah, best of luck to Tamar Bates, CSU legend coming back to Colorado. We heard from David Adelman, of course, as we tend to do at practice. And right off the bat, we can start with his thoughts on the clutch. David Adelman has been pretty dismissive of this clutch issue, I would say, all season long. And he was again today. Quote, I always think it's interesting. So our clutch numbers are really good with Nikola out this year. People dwell on stats that don't matter to me very much. He brings the Jokic point up because obviously that doesn't make much sense. You wouldn't think that they'd be better without Jokic. So he really thinks these numbers are really noisy. Here's another quote. I think our clutch numbers will come back if we're fully healthy because that's what we run makes more sense. So we've been searching, trying to find more space for both guys, and that takes you away from your normalcy, which I thought was well said, actually. And obviously, what really that is translated to Aaron Gordon's not there.
Right.
So they're trying to sort of compensate for that. And normalcy, I thought, was a good way of putting it. He did concede, though, quote, but our main two people have to be clean with their decision-making. And if they do that, then those other guys are going to get great looks, and we have to trust them, end quote.
So if we break this answer down, he basically says, there's so much noise in the data. Don't try to pretend this is meaningful. We're not healthy, but when we are, we will be good. And then finishes with, but the real problem is with Murray and Jokic and their decision making. If you break it down that way, now I'm not surprised. David Adelman is a pragmatist, and I don't think he's going to be lured into this stuff. But at the same time, the Nuggets aren't just losing in the clutch. They're kind of collapsing. And so I'm not surprised by his answer. This is what I would have predicted he said. At the same time, I just am kind of like TBD. Sometimes there is a problem and there is a bit more urgency. And I am a little bit surprised for him to kind of say, these numbers mean nothing to me.
Well, there's also a lot of data out there, that what teams do in the clutch numbers have zero carryover to the playoffs. And, it's when it really counts. Like that might be the case. And I guess it is. There's still something obviously going wrong, like with this team in the clutch. Like, I just can't totally dismiss this,
Right, exactly.
and say, based on the numbers, they'll be fine in the playoffs. There's no carryover. Like, there's obviously something going on that's very uncharacteristic of this team in those clutch moments. I mean, the last couple of games have just been absolutely wild. Just these collapses. And I mean, even against the Thunder, no SGA, and you just totally lose yourself in overtime.
Right.
So I think there's definitely something going on. I think deep down, Adelman's probably cognizant of that and agrees with that. But maybe you just try to sell yourself on the fact that there's noise in the numbers.
Yeah. What do you make of how he responds to this?
Well, I mean, I also heard him talk about the players outside of Jokic and Murray, which to me is honestly the bigger issue. It's like hearkening back to Michael Porter Jr. saying, I could help too in the clutch. Like, it doesn't just have to be the two-man game. And I do feel like the two-man game is a little bit too predictable in a way that it hasn't been before, and that teams are just collapsing on Jokic. They're just throwing bodies at him, and it's turning into turnovers. And what it should be turning into, and it does sometimes, is just these wide open shots that guys are not converting on. Christian Braun missed 2 threes. Cam Johnson obviously missed that the very big one. There's a lot of that stuff where it's like, yo, this is it. Like, yes, like, okay, so everybody is now starting to collapse on that. So that should mean we have guys that are wide open and need to take advantage of it. But there's like, the main issue has just been turnovers. Like,
So, well, here's the thing. I think you're mixing up two different answers that I know they sound the same. That answer about the others is more about how Yoke's being defended, not necessarily in the clutch. So I do want to put a pin on that. When he was talking about the clutch, he, like I said, I don't believe the numbers, dismissed that there was a problem, and then said, but the two guys have to be better at turning the ball, not turning the ball, Jokic and Jamal. but there was something different when it was about the others.
Really quick tangent. I did put this in writing in a recent article on the DNVR.com, but I think it's an interesting conversation. When the Nuggets lose, we talk about their turnovers a lot. The Nuggets have the third best turnover percentage in the league.
Do they really?
And so my first theory was, well, it must just flare up then in their losses. They actually have a better turnover percentage in their losses than their wins. So what does it all come down to? Your point, Dline. It's really the clutch. Their turnover percentage skyrockets in the clutch, which ties back to what Adelman was saying. Like, yes, part of it is Murray and Jokic just have to be better. And it's fair to say that. But it's also probably not a coincidence that the turnovers are skyrocketing as the spacing is different without AG. And it's that much easier to collapse, like you were just talking about, Eric. But I think ultimately I'm with Wynn's framing on this. Adelman's got a point. I totally understand where he's coming from. It does feel, from our position as analysts on March 4, it feels hard to ignore.
And I will say it puts a little pressure on AG and the team now when he returns, because if he comes back and this persists, there's a little bit of like, well, now you were wrong. You said it wasn't an issue, and now it clearly is. So we'll kind of see how it plays out.
A lot of conversations about how Jokic is guarded and all the contact he receives today. Here are some Adelman quotes on the broader subject. I think it's two things he said. One, we showed some clips today. If 3 people guard him, then other people have to be aggressive to attack, and that led to some drive and kick. We've talked about this over the years, like how there has to be some way to take advantage, right, of all their conceding by overloading. So Adelman talked a bit more about that today. He said we missed some wide open shots, so people put it on themselves to make a play late in the game. Talked about some of the other changes he made. I put Bruce in a pick and roll with Jamal, Adelman said. Let Jamal go to work on a matchup that we liked. So they are experimenting with different things of how do we take advantage of how they're guarding Jokic, not necessarily through Jokic, right, but all else that affords you as an offense. Then he said, and I think the second part of this is we just have to get used to the way that Nikola is guarded. And if teams are allowed to go on his knees and grip his waist and pull his jersey out, and that's marginal contact, then we just have to deal with that. That's just the way it is.
Again, very pragmatic answer, because I think we all would love for him to come out and rip the officials. Maybe not today at practice, but I'm just saying we'd all love that. And he's giving what is probably the correct response to the team. There's what you say to the team and what you say to the media. I just feel like he's just pragmatic, the same guy in all of them. Nonetheless, that's our take. We went all in on this the other day about how Jokic just has to accept that is the way it is. That's how the phrasing Adelman put. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is.
They have
That's
to
a song, right?
Oh wait, sorry.
They do, but they do have to figure out how to play through that. Like, it can't just be, oh, this is unfair, because like fairness is unfairness is going to pop up. But I did like that he took his answer to. It wasn't just about how Jokic navigates it, but how do we navigate it around him? Like, it's on me as a coach, and it's on these other guys to take advantage of what's available to us, given how they guard Jokic.
The part, though, about people being aggressive, this is a harder thing than we're giving credit for. And I think it's the same dynamic when we talk about Cam Johnson or MPJ before him, about don't take bad shots, because this offense generates good ones. But sometimes you do have to take bad shots to create easier ones or this or that. It's a weird, delicate act, balancing act. There is something, too. We don't want Christian or Bruce recklessly driving to the basket. I hate when Julian's trying to get to his floater too often, Tim Hardaway. Like, those guys, you don't want to be aggressive, but there are moments when it's, they're guarding them that way. Now you have to be aggressive. And so it is this weird thing where you have to you really have to know when is the right time for each one of those. And maybe it just comes with, you watch how Yoke's being guarded. And if it's like that, okay, I got to get into the paint now.
Well, this is everybody else on this team has been allowed to be not on the hook during big moments, because it is just incumbent on Jokic and Murray always, right? And it's like, we need guys to clutch up. We need guys to hit that shot. We need Cam Johnson in that moment to hit that shot. And I mean, I was just kind of saying, like, a guy like Julian Strawther to me is a guy that has proven that he can be clutch. I'd like to see him get an opportunity, but like, maybe you kind of tailor your death lineup a little bit differently to just sort of a more clutch lineup.
Who is the most clutch 5 guys on the team?
Aaron Gordon is incredibly clutch.
I remember that.
Yep.
His clutch go-to shot is a reverse alley-oop.
Yes.
That's how confident he is.
Or
in
he
the
knocks
clutch.
down a 3 to win a playoff game.
That too.
Go
or
ahead.
an alley-oop.
Well, Eric, David Adelman talked about this as well. It's kind of changed going back to last postseason. I think it's still, this dynamic is still in play this season. It actually is going to be about the other guys now. Like
It has to be.
guarding. I mean, look, Jamal has to step up too, but some of this is just going to be you are left wide open in the corner, or you have room to drive
Exactly.
and attack and then kick out to someone else is. And Adelman has been very clear. Like this is him speaking, when we won those big games last year, it was Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook hitting corner threes. It's not always going to get to be Jamal and Jokic. So he does want guys to be aggressive as they're left open in those moments.
And it's not going to get to be Jamal and Jokic until it's the other guys. Like the other guys have to strike fear into the hearts
Right,
of the
to open
team
it
so that
back
they can't just completely sell out on Jokic. And it's just that balance of the whole concept of spacing relies on the idea that you don't know what's going to happen, so you have to make sure that everything is guarded. And they're not afraid of Cam Johnson. They're not afraid of Christian Braun, and they've been proven right, these teams, sadly.
Well, I think to be fair, Eric, if you were to bet game on the line, are you going to give a moderately contested shot to Jamal, a moderately contested shot to Nikola, or a wide open kick out three to Christian Braun? Which one would you pick if you had to?
I mean, the Nikola or absolutely Jamal Murray, but these are like not moderately contested. They haven't been.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, teams, you can extra contest those. You can either guard Christian Braun, or you can extra contest and force it to the
that's
open
what they're
one.
doing. Is they're
And that's
extra
what they're doing.
contested,
And
yes.
that's why I say, I just don't think no matter what they do in the regular season, playoffs are going to come down to, at least some games are going to come down to, we're not letting Jamal Murray shoot this one. And we're at the expense of a wide open one for Peyton Watson, Christian Braun, Cam Johnson, one of those guys. And
P-Watt I'm interested in too. He missed the one clutch shot earlier in the year, but like he hasn't, his 3-point shot has been obviously like way more consistent and more dangerous than any of us really, at least I saw coming.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see that translate into the time where teams just can't fully sell out.
yeah. All right, let's take a break real quick. On the other side, there's more notes from practice, including Brucey B, and a little bit more from Adelman.
Shopify, it's the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. And actually 10% of all e-commerce in the US is done on Shopify. Maybe you have a side hustle that you're trying to go mainstream with. Maybe you have a business that you're really trying to get off the ground. Do it with Shopify, especially if you're thinking about starting your own business. Shopify even powers the DNVR merch store, and they can grow as your business grows, just like they've done with us at DNVR. They've got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email, social media marketing, and so much more. If you are ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. So turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Make sure to sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. You can get a $1 per month trial. How awesome is that? With Shopify, it powers your whole business. Shopify.com/allcity, shopify.com/allcity. Also, at Xfinity, you can get a 5-year price guarantee. You can have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi. You can keep it at the same price for 5 years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Lets you stream the game, even when the whole family's online. How awesome is that? All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And the best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. You also get Xfinity's best equipment included. So lock in your price, unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Lock in your Wi-Fi and lock in that price for 5 whole years. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. That's only with Xfinity.
Thank you.
Back here, segment 3, DNVR Nuggets podcast. Throw us a like. All right, let's get into some more notes here, Vote.
Cool. Yeah. So we just left off with that's just the way it is. And true. Fact check. True. Just the way it's been anyway. We heard from Bruce, Bruce Braun today. And he had this to say about the team's performance since the All-Star break. Quote, a lot of ups and downs, still dealing with injuries. Obviously, the games haven't been going the way we wanted them to go, but we have been playing hard. We've been trying, so we'll turn it around. which I thought tied back to some of David Adelman's pregame comments before the Timberwolves game, which maybe haven't aged so well since. Ironically, they are playing better with the physical stuff and being more imposing defensively and bringing that physicality, not resulting in wins, though. He was told that Lou Dort acknowledged that he made a mistake, that he crossed the line by tripping Jokic. Bruce said, "Do you believe him? I don't really care." The Nuggets really didn't care, by the way. There were several follow-ups about that. They're over it. On the upcoming schedule, Bruce said, yes, we've got a tough schedule ahead, and there's obviously things we're working on, and against playoff teams, we have to get wins. Every game counts right now. We know where we are in the standings, so we have to get as much wins as we can. Talked about how he's been playing much better lately. He said, I think I'm just being aggressive. I had a talk with DA at the beginning of the year, and I was like, how can I play more? I just didn't feel like myself out there. He also said, I was just passing up open shots earlier in the year, which I didn't even see because I wasn't even looking at the rim, which is my fault. There were some follow-ups in that. He said, literally, I wasn't looking to score as much as I should have been. He says, but now I'm just taking them, being aggressive. If I get the open three, I get the open three. If it's my first shot, then that's my first shot, which I hate, but it's been going in recently. So just being more aggressive. He told that to us on our show too, guys. He just doesn't like when his first look is a three, but that's the way it's going to be sometimes.
But that's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Also, lastly, we did hear from Jonas Valanciunas, and I asked him, is it more annoying when you're being guarded by a small guy? And he said, it's the most annoying possible thing.
Can concur.
Yeah, that was for you.
Can concur, man. 100%.
I feel like he looked at me too as we're talking about little guys being annoying. You know what I mean? He was sitting down, my height.
I do love that. He probably was. Big Val does have a lot of big man energy, you know. He does every now and then he'll give you like that one, you know, which is such a like
My little friend.
young guy.
Crush your shoulder.
Yeah.
He does the Gallo thing, which is when I walk up real, you know, like next to him or something, he kind of stretches out a little just to be like, no, I'm way taller.
When he does this to me, it's like the Ents with the Hobbit.
I swear to God, I grew up not even realizing height was a thing. As an adult now, I would have been plagued by this. Because
You're very average height, though. You're
I
neither tall
am
nor tall.
exactly average height. That's exactly it. So it's just like not a factor.
It was less of a thing until I professionally interviewed very tall people.
Yeah.
Then you notice
you are in a field where that
Well, I just
height
like
discrepancy
Should've
really
should've
shows.
covered
no, but it's more like with women. Women care about this a lot. I didn't realize, but it turns out like it didn't matter either way for me.
That's so funny. What do you guys think of Bruce Brown? Well, first of all, did you guys see Lou Dort's acknowledgement today?
Yeah.
Dort is on the apology
Yes, I
tour.
read
He
it.
went on oh, really? I'm trying to pull it up right now, but he basically said, what is it? I wouldn't have done. I got the worst by getting thrown out of the game. I went over the limit.
Yeah.
A little
over
bit.
the limit, yeah.
Like he gave a very good apology or a public. I shouldn't say apology.
An
Statement.
acknowledgement.
Very, very good.
You know
Like,
what, you know
I
what
did.
it
I'm in.
though?
You're.
It made Dagnall's immediate response
Yes.
look even more ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
in
I
hindsight.
mean, that
That-
response was so ridiculous in the moment.
Except for this is my official take on the Dagnall thing. I love it.
But he was so corny saying
Well,
it,
he is
though.
because he can't. Of course, he's going to be corny. You want him to go out there and be cool, just come up with some fire. No, I love that he is willing to go to full on propaganda
Yeah.
on behalf of his players.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like he knows he's being
Man,
ridiculous.
here's what
He did do it in the most annoying way, though. You are right.
Here's what I don't like since the fallout of that is the absolute warfare that's been taking place online. Where,
It's a war, man.
Whereby, obviously, Nuggets fans are in a corner where they're just angry, like, bro, don't do that. And everyone's like, again, the whataboutism of just like, actually, you'd be surprised. Jokic, come on, man. And for me, just the acknowledgement from Lou Dort that he wasn't wronged by being kicked out. He's like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. To me, that's enough. Like I don't need a written apology. I'm just like,
No
yes.
way. No way. See,
Like-
you sucker. You sucker, man.
He got you good.
This
So
come
easy.
on. What happened?
So
He's been
easy.
sleeping too
You said
much,
too
man.
much. You got soft.
What have you been
Much.
doing?
You
But
got
here's my
soft.
thing is that like
Yeah, breakfast and bread
all I
every day.
care about, is how what the ripple effect is online for the fan base. And now when anybody comes at this whole thing of like being like, oh, you can just be like, yo, Lou Dort said it was wrong.
Yeah, I
Lou
mean,
Dort
yeah.
owned up to the idea that he was in the wrong. That's it. That's all I need.
Here's the thing, though, man. He's gonna do it again.
Of course he is.
This is a
If
Boo
it's
Radley.
not to Jokic, it's to somebody else. You know, the next Thunder game, the same shit's gonna be going on.
Of course.
This is him.
It's Lou Dort. He's a
course.
dirty player.
Of course. I mean, he's not saying he's going to change. I mean, I don't need any of that. I just need when somebody tells me that Jokic is actually the bad guy, I can just go, shut the fuck up. And I can point at that. I've been embroiled in online combat.
Don't even write the report, Kel.
Since I'm trying to remember the last time it has been this fierce. It might have been Portland. It might have
Portland.
What?
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, trust me, I remember.
I'm trying to think of
don't
when
think
was the
that
last
time.
fight like this level of just going two fan bases going at each other. We had a little bit with,
MVP.
yeah,
with Embiid.
Yes, you're right. That's right. But I also thought about the fact that the
What were we
OKC
going at with Portland fans about?
that just that entire series. Remember, because Freedom Cantor said that he had been
Take a freaking look at
take a freaking look at this.
This
And
picture of him laying on his
Oh
back.
yeah, I forgot about that.
And he was
on the train tail.
and he so there was that dirty thing, and like then he intimated that all of Denver was racist because they told him to go back home, but he couldn't because he was a political.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys weren't part of this. So I was trying to think about like the war. Like I'm such a vet of online wars that I was trying to think like, okay, these OKC guys are out of their goddamn minds. And why is this? They didn't follow the steps. They went from irrelevance to basically winning the title. They didn't have these like online battles.
These are their steps. I mean, I think like if you think about the Thunder of last year, they win 60 whatever
That's
games
what
it
I mean,
is,
dude.
and nobody believed in them. And because I get this, like right now it's the Pistons, you know, doing the All NBA show. Pistons fans are like, "How do you not give us any credit?" And I'm like, "This is just how it works, you guys. If you win the title this year, guess what? Everyone's gonna pick you.
Yeah.
And right now everybody picks the Thunder, and they have the same record. And it's like that's just how it works.
Right.
I mean, we did it that first year that Denver got a 2 seed. We're like, oh, we're just going to ignore all the games Denver won, and then
Of course.
they almost lost in the first round.
And then they almost did. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yep. There's levels.
Yeah,
there's
but as pointed out in the chat, the last big battle we fought was with the nation of Greece.
That's true.
Oh yeah. We did that.
And that one was almost a legitimate international conflict.
That's where we're at with this
Wait,
OKC stuff.
what was the
man.
Greece one?
Big Val.
Oh, that's right.
What was
That's
going to go to
right.
Panathinaikos?
Panathinaikos. You're right.
And Greece
That was a big battle.
It was big, dude. It was
really
really big.
big
Yeah,
battle.
well, we won that one.
But then, and I've never gotten an apology of any kind from the nation of Greece.
No, we won't.
I do love Panathinaikos fans were just the whole time like, you have no championships, this or that. It's like, you guys need the star cornerstone piece of your team. We just want them to play 8 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, I know. You're like, you're in the 12th best league in the world. Like, shut up, dude.
Big Val. But Lou Dort, no, here's why I'm disappointed in you. This was, I can't believe you fell for it. You are too into your own agendas that you just wanted to win the Twitter battle.
What
that
other
you're
agenda is
forgetting
there?
about the officiating war
Oh,
that
you're
Lou
right.
Dort is strategically positioning himself here. Because there was momentum, real momentum behind Lou Dort, dirty player. And we've seen this happen with Pat Bev and Draymond Green and guys, where it's like the narrative gets so loud or some event happens, inciting incident, that they don't get refereed the same or all eyes are on him. He's just totally cushioned the blow. He's like, he could see it coming. He's like, man, they're turning on me. Guys, my bad.
My bad. You know what?
My bad.
I actually crossed a line. Really funny thing to say.
But I've
by the
grown
way.
as a person.
Really funny thing to say because it's not that he like set a pick too hard. You tripped a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He-
I crossed
there was
the line.
no
Like,
basketball
bro,
play
I
to
know
that.
What line? Yeah, you can't do that.
That's why I can't believe you fell for it. It's people like you, man, that are going to let him get 12 fouls in the playoffs.
We blame you.
Listen, man. Listen. A tacit acknowledgement that he did wrong
Yeah.
is not. I mean, he's not fully capitulating with the idea. Whatever, dude.
I'm with Bruce Brown on this one where he says, do you believe
care.
him? I don't really care.
Exactly.
And that's exactly the right
No,
answer.
the players should not be embroiled in this. This is for us.
It is
You
for us.
understand?
This is totally for us.
This is for us because I need to have, I spent all day
Sleeping.
First off, when I wasn't away, not talking to my beautiful bride to be, but I was talking to people from Oklahoma City who I imagine are toothless, and they're saying things like, they're like, oh,
Eric's back.
yeah. And they're like trying to equate the chicken wing that Val gave to Bones Highland as the same thing because it was also dirty. I'm like, one was a basketball play. He was setting a screen and his arm went up. Yes, he deserved a flagrant foul. The other one was there was not a basketball play connected. He was running up the court and just tripped the fucking guy.
And
report.
stopped his momentum, went the other way. Whatever.
No, don't write the report.
You guys, I don't know if you guys know, Cam Johnson hosts the Old Man on the Three podcast. He's been doing it all year, and he's been having his teammates on. Well, this week he had on none other than Christian Braun.
Two friends of the show.
And there was some interesting stuff, honestly, in the podcast I thought might be fun to discuss.
Sure.
First of all, and most importantly, he's talked about what this year has meant to him, and he called it his first real adversity in his career. This injury, the slump he's in, the first real adversity. And he also said it's the longest, quote, up and down stretch of his career. What he's learned from that was how rehab really works. He's never really been injured, so he never had to go through it. Gives him an appreciation for guys that have done it. What injured players go through, how quickly confidence can disappear, which to me is an acknowledgement of something we have talked about on the show, that he had lost his confidence and was playing a little shook. And then how to refocus mentally. I think guys deny things when they're real and acknowledge them when they're conquered. And I feel good that he actually came out and was like, yeah, man, this is the toughest year of my career. I'm learning a bunch of things, and my confidence went away. But what I also learned was how to get it back. I actually feel like that's a good, and he has been playing well. I actually kind of, watching it, I go, you know what? I don't think he would have said that a month ago.
No, and I think mentally there were questions about Christian even if he played his A game, right? That we're going to still be asking in the playoffs. But I think mentally he's turned that corner. That he was so confident in that Thunder game, which was a playoff game between two of the best, or at least one of the potentially best and one of the best teams in the league. And there were some questions about who's a dog and who isn't in that matchup. And Christian, despite everything he outlined and you just talked about, I thought Christian was so ready for that game mentally. So I do think, as far as the dog in him goes, CB is back in that way. Yeah.
Dude, it's beautiful. Like, CB looked like CB this last game, or the game against the Thunder. And
I think he's been swinging up, man, for a while.
For sure, but he looked like CB. He looked like the guy that earned the $25 million a year contract that people have been complaining about all year because he, frankly, has not played to its level. And it sounds like a lot of it was confidence based, which you understand. But like the finishes at the rim were there, like the big
the windmill
finish,
windmill layup,
and
his little legs go like this.
But I mean that's the one. There are signs in this muck and mire that we're in that point to a return to form, and everything hasn't quite come together. But it's like CB is a massive piece of the Nuggets getting to where they want to go.
Well, he's also at his best when the Nuggets are really, really good. You know, like
totally.
Christian Braun looks better the better the Nuggets look.
Right.
Yeah.
And when the Nuggets aren't the Nuggets, he's kind of out of place. He's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so as the Nuggets get whole, as they keep climbing, and I still think they are kind of climbing, they're ascending right now. Don't talk about that Jazz game. Didn't count. I don't care about it.
When they won?
Yeah.
No, it counted.
I don't care.
They won it, though, so it counts.
They are playing better. I think they are on the up and up. And I think with that, Christian Braun will look better.
I do find the irony, though, in him talking about lack of confidence, ups and downs, and refocusing mentally
to Cam Johnson.
To Cam Johnson. Yeah. And this was recorded, I'm pretty sure, a couple days ago. So before the most recent games, is my hunch, probably when they were on this homestand. And it's just kind of funny to me, kind of interesting. Another one for you. He said last year that one of the things that was on his mind was that Westbrook is really good. And he had it in his head that Westbrook could be taking his spot. And that motivated him a little bit. It pushed him a little bit. For one, I find that really interesting that was a concern that he was willing to admit, that all season long he kept thinking, if I screw up, Westbrook will become the starter. And then I think about that with regards to this year, because what happened when he went out? Well, Peyton Watson came in and had an awesome year and an awesome run.
Right.
And I wonder if he's dealing with some of those similar thoughts.
It's good. That's good. You hope so. Like, you should feel pressure all the time to perform or lose your spot. This is the top level. This is what we were talking about with ESPN, like just being able to be reliant on
Competition, baby.
competition drives excellence. And this is the league about, this is an excellence-based league. And so you should always feel like if you're not performing to your top level, your spot could be taken. So I actually love that.
He actually talks about when he was, his breakout happened at Peach Jam his junior year, which is a big summer AAU tournament, where the guy, he was coming off the bench playing very limited minutes, but the guy ahead of him missed some practices or something. And so Christian started, played great, and never gave it up. So he has
Wally pipped.
He has the opposite of this.
interesting.
And now, so I wonder if that's always weighed on his mind of like, well, I got my opportunity from someone not getting, you know.
By the way, I saw Westbrook fans online were like, this is why he never passed to Russian transition. It's like, no, that was Christian. Christian didn't pass to anyone.
Yeah, he did.
That was not.
He's trying to score.
And Russ would have probably bricked the layup.
Well, you saw that.
He
low light.
absolutely would have.
that too, yeah.
But I do feel like that's the Westbrook point is interesting because I do think that was part of the value in having Westbrook here. Like in practices, he's going to push everybody.
For sure.
So he's going to go 100 miles an hour in practice, shoot around, whenever. Like having that pressure of a guy on the bench unit playing like that, I think that was good for everybody.
Yeah, I think you're right. And just a general raising of intensity.
Yeah.
He did say, and we've heard this story a million times, but I love it every time. He said he was an extremely hard worker, and then he got to the NBA and saw how hard Jokic worked, and he said he, quote, ran circles around me and my work ethic. I just love to hear it, man. The more times you hear it, the more you're like, that's so dope, man. That
Maybe walked circles around me. More appropriate.
And then the big one here, actually a couple more, but here's one that means something to me. It might not mean something to you, and it actually makes me hate him. His whole family went to Missouri. They're all Mizzou fans. His friends, everybody Mizzou fans. So what is he? A Mizzou hater. He said he just grew up because everyone was a Missouri fan, so I decided to be a Missouri hater. He was a fan of KU, which is obviously the rival. Not just he became a fan. He's like, you know what? I'm going to be the opposite fan then of everybody else. And then on top of that, you know he's not a Chiefs fan. Do you know who he's a fan of?
Dev. Come on down, Dev.
The New England Patriots and Tom Brady. I'm telling you, these are the worst traits of any sports person on earth. We all know there's a specific type of person who decided to hate the contrarian sports fan who just wants to hate on everyone so they can come in school and tell you, ha ha.
Well, it's that person's cool if you pick not the team in the middle of a dynasty.
Yeah.
If you're like,
That's also part
if
of
you're
it.
like,
yeah.
if you're like, you know what, you guys are all Chiefs fans, dude. I'm a Jets fan. Like, I believe that's cool. But to be like, I'm a Patriots fan, like, get out.
It's like all the American soccer fans who are like, Real Madrid, I just feel connected. I just feel like a connection.
It's so true. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I think.
Okay, are we out on Christian?
No, I'm not out of Christian. I will tell you this though. We always talk about we need more like piss everyone off energy.
Yeah. He pissed you off.
He pissed me off with this. I'm like, this is the wrong kind of piss
He
you off
brought that
energy.
dog out in you, dude.
Needs you to go get it under other people's skin, not ours.
Just in his face, jawing at him.
His Chiefs suck. Brady sucks. His dad told him he shouldn't go into the NBA draft because first round picks don't score 7 points in a championship game.
So who are so Roger's up there, Bruce's dad, and Christian's dad.
Just the ultimate haters.
Just haters, man. That's what it
Just
takes.
negging their sons to success.
I kind of love it though. He
Well-
also had a big role in that championship, coming in and locking up in the second half.
I mean, if you
Didn't
want
he
to,
play like the entire game in that?
I think he did. Yeah.
I mean, the counter to that is T. Morant. So that's what you want. You don't want the sycophant that's interested in
true.
whatever.
He even said it like it didn't even sound like it was as much of an insult as much more as it was his dad trying to protect him and being like, I don't think you should go out just yet. You only scored 7. That's not a recipe for first round.
Little did he know, Calvin Booth does not care how much you scored.
I was just about to
It
say,
just means nothing to him.
P. Watt and Cam, 2 points and 7 points.
The last note I have here, and it's not a surprise to me at all, but both Cam and Christian Braun, Cam went to North Carolina and Christian went to KU, two of the biggest programs in the world. both of them are such college guys. Like, you know, they talk through a lot of these other topics. Man, they light up when they talk about the old college days.
Yeah.
And one of the things Christian said in his interview was that he was asked the difference between winning in college and winning in the NBA because they happened back-to-back years. And he was like, in college, it was a brotherhood. You know, you're really close. You feel like you guys did something together. And he said in the NBA, it was much more of a professional relationships you have with your teammates, a professional relationships. Yeah. But then this part was the incredible part. He said one of the big things that was most cool or the biggest driver for them in the championship year was winning it for the vets. He was like, DeAndre, we all knew, had been in the league 15 years and never won. He really wanted one. I just think it's such an interesting thing to think about. Even a rookie comes in, and that's part of the fabric is, hey, we got an old head here, swan song. Let's go do it for DeAndre.
All right. Not to be annoying. Do you guys buy that? Is that just something you slap on in hindsight?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like every athlete knows to say that after you win. Like, we really wanted to get it done for our vets.
I don't think so.
Do you think it's actually part of the motivation?
I think it might be, man. If you think about this, here's the thing that stands out to me that's so unique about the NBA. We all have a point of reference, or most people have a point of reference of high school sports, where often is your best friends. That's like your friend group. Yeah. And the NBA is not like that. And I think that might be part of it is it's like it's a professional relationship. We're a team, but you know, it's not the personal connection. But DeAndre Jordan's one of those guys we all loved. That was the personal connection. And you know what? Let's win it for him.
Let's get it. Well, also to your point, it's a very college thing to do. Get it done for the seniors. Get it done for the senior. Well, it used to be a college thing to do. Seniors are no longer a thing.
Do it for that sophomore.
Do it for that freshman who's going to transfer to Clemson next year.
Yeah.
Can we talk more about Aaron Gordon?
Sure.
Coming back? Because there was some interesting things at practice today that happened. He was the last guy on the practice court by far. Mm-hmm. And getting up shots, doing extra work. And as Nuggets practice wound down, he was actually walking through, plays with the Nuggets coaches. Like they were walking through their sets and stuff. I mean, he's really close.
Yeah.
Like I think he's really close to coming back.
Well, they're saying Friday.
Yeah. And I think that he's been wanting to come back for a while.
Yes.
But the Nuggets have just been trying to be as cautious, rightfully so, as possible.
Great to hear.
And I mean, I think AG is also the type of guy who like puts a lot of them losing while he's out on himself.
Yeah.
And like I think he's, been vocal behind the scenes, like with the guys. Like he feels like a lot of this is on him.
I mean, it is
being out.
It is. It's not his fault.
He feels bad about it, I think.
Well, for sure.
And I think he's been telling guys that. But he's been pushing to come back for a while, I think. But I think the Nuggets have been trying to put the brakes on it as much as possible, like as they should.
Which I appreciate for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see him go through like all that work after practice today, running through the plays and stuff.
And then not as much for Peyton. He said Peyton didn't do much today. Aaron did more.
I think Peyton's a little bit more out, man. Yeah. He's gonna be.
Cam seemed okay at practice.
Cam seemed fine. No visible wrapper brace at all on that right ankle.
What about Spencer? Have we heard anything about Spencer?
That I think
I did not see Spencer at all.
Collective dropping the ball by us today. I don't think we asked about Spence.
If they don't have AG, P-Watt, or Spence tomorrow against Luka and LeBron,
Right,
that game actually gets really tough. Kind of annoying.
David Roddy.
Come on in.
The body.
We got any super chats, Kale?
3. Probably not enough to fill 2 minutes.
It's only 1 minute.
What? Watch me do it. Josh Barnett from Down Under. That's how you start. You waste 4 seconds on bad accent. And Josh Barnett from Down Under.
6 months, by the way.
6 months of membership.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I love those gold
They're bronze. They're
badges.
bronze.
Are they?
When gold comes, you'll see the difference.
Oh,
they're bronze.
bronze.
They're bronze.
They do look gold from here.
Well, they're metallic. That's
Okay. Josh says Dline has returned.
Yeah.
Sprung has spring.
Oh, that's how they say it.
Just
That's
need
how they
Aaron
say
and
it down
Peyton now.
under.
Just need Aaron and Peyton now, and we can go win this effing thing. Trophy. Hashtag the year of Jamal Murray. Hashtag frogs in the chat. Hashtag lotion in the chat.
Why not?
Why not? Mr. Exquisite Nugget. Let's go 10-0 when AG's back. No, Eric, don't jinx it. I think you just jinxed it.
I'm not saying
You
anything.
just jinxed it.
Dude, Mixer Exquisite Nugget is like the early versions of ChatGPT.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're like, you messed up the structure of the sentence. That's okay.
Jackson 1986. Great show, fellas. Can't lie. The Utah game had me crashing out worse than Dev. But now Dline has returned and
Yeah.
so will the Nugs. Welcome
That's how it
back,
works.
Brate.
Are you talking about that game they won?
Yeah, dude, the dub.
They won.
Dub's in the chat. Let me check the. Yep, got the win.
Count it. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us.
That was rough.
2 days off, but Eric's back.
I'm so back.
Dev's on the IR, but we have a game against the Lakers tomorrow. You should come out to the bar. Why not? Thursday night at the DNVR bar.
Hell
Should be
yeah,
a good
dude.
one. Hit the like button on the way out.
Oh, we just missed one.
We all silly like the mayor.